$230 earbuds released in late 2020 with button controls. No, no, no. With the Jabra 75Ts receiving a free firmware update out of nowhere that gifted them active noise cancellation, how do they now compare to the new 85Ts, and which one should you buy? If you have the 75Ts already, are they worth the upgrade? The 75Ts are currently $90 cheaper than the 85Ts, so can they justify that wide price gap? I bought these with my own money, so expect my usual brutally honest zero filter opinion, and yes, I will be providing affiliate links to both of these buds in the description below. Okay, let's go. Hey guys, it's Mark here. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I'm back to sort the God tier from the garbage and let you know what's worth buying before you buy it. Before we get started, I need your help. Please sonic boom the like button to make Jim's Review Room come out of retirement.
Sonic boom!
Worth a try. Round 1 is the battle for build and design, and on first impressions you might not notice much of a difference here. We've got the same no frills, rather plasticky matte black case, and when it comes to the buds, there's been no aesthetic improvements at all. I wouldn't exactly say that the 75Ts had the most memorable design to begin with, and considering I've seen buds around $60 with very similar build quality and design, I'm a little disappointed to see that so little has changed. However, in saying that, the shape of the drivers on each earbud on the 85Ts has changed to an oval shape compared to the 75T's circular shaped drivers. But is that good or bad? Well, make sure you stick around to round 3 to find out. But sadly, the 85T's case and buds are also around 10% larger than the 75T's, which okay, isn't a hugely significant increase, but it undoubtedly feels like taking a step backwards in terms of design. That size increase is due to the fact that the 85Ts now have a dedicated chip for ANC, so let's hope the 85Ts can justify that addition later on. The 75Ts are IP55 dust tight and water resistant, whereas the water resistance rating has actually got worse on the 85Ts, now sporting an IPX4 rating, meaning yes, we've lost the dust protection as well. So, in terms of build and design, this is rather strangely an easy win for the 75Ts. They're smaller, have a better IP rating, and you're getting the same build quality for considerably less money. That's not a great start if you're the 85Ts. Round 2 is all about battery life, and considering the 85T's case and buds are now larger, I was expecting vastly improved battery life figures here. However, both the 75 and 85Ts still offer just 5.5 hours of playback in a single sitting, with the 75Ts offering 24 hours of battery life overall, and the 85Ts offering 25 hours overall. And yes, all figures are provided with ANC on, so the 85Ts win here, but by a pretty negligible margin when you think about how much extra you're paying for them. But fortunately, when it comes to fit and comfort in round 3, those oval-shaped drivers mean the 85T sit noticeably more comfortable in my ears, exerting a lot less pressure around my ear canal, meaning reduced ear fatigue during longer listening periods. In terms of a secure fit though, they're both very similar, not being the best for working out since they rely solely on the ear tips to keep them secure. But fortunately, the oval-shaped drivers on the 85T result in a more ergonomic fit for me, meaning they're slightly more likely to stay in place than when compared to the 75T, even despite their increase in size. So finally, the 85Ts actually managed to convincingly win around here, being more comfortable for longer listening periods. However, it's certainly not a difference of night and day, so no need to ditch your 75Ts purely based on fit. But what about mic quality? Well, in round 4, I'm about to head out and do a mic test of these two buds so you guys can judge for yourself. So let's go. Okay, so here's a microphone test of the 75T. They have performed pretty damn well in a quiet environment, but it's pretty loud, it's a windy day, there's cars going past, and they do pick up a decent amount of that background noise. But will the 85T improve upon that? Or will they be quite similar when it comes to all this wind and all these car noises? So let's waste no more time and let's just find out. And here are the 85Ts. Is there any noticeable improvement? I have to say it's not especially windy right this second, so factor that in as well. But we do have a lot of cars going past still. There is a constant background noise. So is my voice clearer than on the 75Ts or not? You guys let me know. I'm going to give you my take right about now. The mic quality on both buds was pretty close here, but it's safe to say that the 85Ts offered better clarity on my voice overall, with the 75Ts for some reason sounding like my voice was cycling between a moderate and max volume on and off. So I'm going to give this round to the 85T. Okay, the penultimate round, functionality and usability. For starters, both buds have Bluetooth 5.0, which is fine for the 75Ts, but I'd actually expect better from the 85Ts in late 2020. We're already starting to see budget buds surfacing that have Bluetooth 5.2, so a little more future-proofing would have gone a long way in justifying getting those over the 75T. Speaking of future-proofing, or lack thereof, we still don't have aptX on the 85Ts. Fortunately, there's zero audiovisual lag on these, so that does go some way towards making up for that. One of the best features on the 85Ts are multi-point pairing. Yep, you can connect two devices at the same time and seamlessly switch between them, though playback must be paused first. But spoiler alert, the 75Ts can actually do this already, again offering insane value for money for just $140. Believe it or not, you still can't use either earbud independently on the 85Ts. You can only use the right earbud on its own, just as it always has been on the 75Ts. Needless to say, that is pretty poor for a pair of buds that are $230. The 85Ts come with wireless charging as standard, whereas with the 75Ts, you can pay extra for a wireless charging case if you order these from Jabra's website, which not a lot of people actually seem to realise. So that's not a huge win for the 85Ts, as you do always have that option. That's right, we've got the exact same clicky, slightly uncomfortable to press button controls with the same audible clicking sound that can easily be heard directly in your ears over playback. When the 75Ts came out at the start of the year, button controls were already well on the way out, and here we are again. I'm just going to say this now, as we get into 2021, no respectable newly released true wireless earbuds will have button controls, especially not those which are well above $200, so there's yet another way that the 85Ts fail to be any more future-proof than the 75Ts. To make matters worse for the 85Ts, the 75Ts also have auto pause and play, custom equalizer settings, customizable button controls, and generally awesome app support. ANC on both buds is scarily similar, though it's clear that the 85Ts are actually better at killing all those lower frequency noises. But of course, the ANC on the 85Ts is certainly nothing to get excited about when compared to the new Bose Quiet Comfort buds or even the Sony XM3 buds. However, the 85Ts have adjustable levels of ANC, whereas the 75Ts only have the ability to customize ANC strength using the personalized ANC tool in the app. It's not nearly as user-friendly, but it's there, and of course both buds have a decent transparency mode too. So yeah, the 85Ts win here, based purely on improved ANC, but it's certainly not the huge stretch I was hoping for in terms of functionality. There were so many ways the 85Ts could have bested the 75Ts here. They could have had aptX, touch controls, Bluetooth 5.2, the ability to use either earbud independently, but no, it almost seems like the 85Ts only exist to make the 75Ts look good. But let's see if I change my mind on that when it comes to sound quality. But before we get to that, make sure you're following me on my personal Instagram and Twitter for photos that are probably slightly less photoshopped than your average Instagram model. Links are in the description below for those. What would you guys like me to compare the 85Ts to next? Comment below and let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's do this. I am incredibly happy to finally be able to report that the sound quality on the 85Ts is actually a significant upgrade here. First of all, when looking at frequency response on both buds, the stock sound signature has most definitely shifted to be more neutral sounding when compared to the 75Ts. The bass is still slightly emphasized, but it's scaled back enough to allow the mids more room to shine, while still retaining that punchy bass that I look for in buds for casual listening. On the other hand, the 75Ts have an undeniably bass boosted sound signature straight out of the box, but the highs on the 75Ts can sound a little pushed forwards and lacking in detail, with quieter mids by comparison. That makes the sound signature overly V-shaped for my liking, and just a little bit too similar to buds that are well below $100. But does sound signature really matter when you can simply hop onto the Jabra app and tweak the sound signature to your liking? Well, even with custom equalizer settings factored in, there's no denying that those 12mm dynamic drivers have superior sound quality. But again, we're not talking night and day here. But here's where the 85T really won this round for me. The 85Ts have finally eliminated the white noise that the 75Ts have always suffered from. Play a song at 10% volume and the audio hiss is equally as loud as actual playback, something which certainly doesn't do the 75Ts any favours when we're comparing sound quality. Whereas when you pause playback on the 85Ts, it's pure silence, which is exactly what I look for in $230 earbuds. Soundstage is a little wider on the 85Ts with an improved separation of instruments, but as a whole, it's nothing to get too excited about if I'm honest. So yes, the 85Ts win on sound quality purely for eliminating that audio hiss. Otherwise, this would be a very hard round to call, but is that alone enough to save the 85Ts here? I'm going to be honest, this was not the clean sweep I was hoping it would be for the 85Ts. For an extra $90, here's what you're getting over the 75Ts. A larger case and buds, worse IP rating, 1 hour's extra battery life, slightly improved mic quality and ANC, a minor improvement in fit, and probably the best thing of all, no more white noise. Bear in mind that you're also no more future-proofed with the 85Ts than you are with the 75Ts. So if you have the 75Ts, definitely stay well away from these. If you haven't cared about the white noise so far, that alone isn't really a reason to spend $230. Jabra simultaneously shot the 85Ts in the foot by gifting owners of the 75T ANC at no extra cost. And that does make Jabra pretty awesome, if not a little bit crazy, so save your money and take full advantage of that. However, if you're solely deciding between the 75T and the 85T, it pains me to say this, but I'd still personally take the 85T despite its shortcomings. And that's because, yes, I would be willing to pay $90 extra purely to remove that white noise that the 75Ts suffer from, because as you probably know if you've watched a few of my videos, I absolutely hate audio hiss. But for you, that audio hiss might not be such a big deal if you're happy to just blast your music and drown it out, in which case no, it probably isn't worth you spending an extra $90 and you probably should just go and buy the 75T and you'll be very happy. But for me, and maybe some of you, I think that if I'm spending $140, then sound quality should be perfect to justify spending that much. And I simply can't say that about the 75T, because if it's not perfect at that price point, you might as well just drop down and buy a pair of budget buds like the Feel T1 Pro, which offer a scarily similar experience with touch controls and similar sound quality to the 75T for just $70. And speaking of budget buds under $100, you should definitely consider checking out my 5 best budget true wireless earbuds by clicking here, all of which have touch controls. Funny, that's strange, isn't it? Or you can check out some of my other options above $200 by watching the most popular high-end true wireless earbuds playlist here. So pick one of those and I will see you in the next video.